welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and in today's video I'm going to be doing a Colourpop haul. This is actually the combination of two different orders placed in the last, I think, 3-ish months. In that short time frame, it is probably the most amount of makeup that I've purchased from one place this entire year. I'm on a low buy this year, so I'm not allowed to buy more items than what I am finishing or decluttering. Before I get into the haul, I want to do the briefest of chats about why I have not posted a video in about 2 months, maybe a little bit more. If you're not interested in hearing my little health and school update, I have timestamps in the description box and you can just skip ahead. My last video was my August Shop My Stash, and in that one I said I wanted to try and pre-film as many videos as possible because I was starting school. I started on the 16th of August. I said then that I wanted to film as many as possible before the year began because I didn't know how much energy I would have after I started, and I wanted to try and get videos up until autumn break, which happens in the middle of October. It's now autumn break. It's currently October 10th and as predicted, it took a lot out of me. I've had literally no energy left over for anything other than school, homework and healthcare appointments. I've barely left the house outside of that and pretty much not left my bed. It was a rough start. There was some stuff that happened the week before the school year began that kind of sent a stress reaction through me, triggered trauma. It was just all around not a good time. It's taken me, quite honestly, up to now to try and catch up with myself, and I've struggled. I've vented on Twitter about it when it happened, and I've also written a blog post about it afterwards. I'm not going to go into detail here because we would be here for an hour, because when I start talking about it I can't stop and it makes me angry. So angry because all of it was unnecessary, because when the ball started rolling, anything that could go wrong did go wrong, and it was exactly the way it's happened in the past. It's autumn break. I have a week off school. I still have homework to do. I have a little bit of work to catch up on, but so far it's actually going well. I'm doing maths this year, so first year of high school in Norway, maths practical version, not the theoretical one, and we're done with one chapter. It's been fine. We're kind of dipping my toes into where I've never been before, so I've not had a full-on year of school since I was in elementary school. The last I remember was from the first year of middle school, and we're there now, and we're soon going to be moving into things I've never touched. So I'm a bit nervous about it, but my teacher is great, so I think it's gonna be fine. But I need a distraction. I haven't worn a lot of makeup in the last couple of weeks. I've worn makeup a couple of days at school and that's it. No tutorials coming in the near future because they are harder for me to edit. They take a long time to film and to edit. My body is just not there right now. So I have a haul, I have a declutter. I'm going to try and film both of those tonight. And then I have a couple of build your own palette videos that I want to film coming up. One of them, which I have been working on for weeks, is the Hocus Pocus Colourpop palettes, both last year's palette and this year's one, because I wanted them, but I talked myself out of buying them because I didn't need them, and I've been instead trying to dupe them with the stuff I already have, and it's been really fun. I can't promise I'm going to be on here a lot. I can't promise many more videos. I have now got a week of, for the most part, rest. I had to take a week off a couple of weeks ago as well because I felt like I was drowning and like I had no option. It was either power through and then have to quit school, or take a week off and hope for the best, and took the week off. It went okay. That was, I think, 3 or so weeks ago, and now I have another week off. It's absolutely necessary. There's a chance that schools are going to have to happen again one more time before Christmas. Update aside, let's get into the stuff that I purchased from Colourpop. So as I said, these are 2 different orders. One order, which has all but 2 of the products, was placed when they had, like, I think it was 30% off the entire website. So I picked up a couple of those things that I had my eye on and some other things. And then the other order, which came and arrived 3 days ago, I picked up with a gift card that I used the app called Misplay to earn gift cards and stuff because I spend a lot of time playing games on my phone, and I usually use those to buy like books and stuff. But Colourpop had free shipping, international free shipping, and I was like, maybe I should pick up the one thing that I was specifically interested in and see what else I can manage, and I ended up with 2 things that I wanted. I'm going to start with the 2 items because they are together, and it is from the Tinkerbell collection, the eyeshadow palette, and then I ended up with one of the lip stains. I ended up with the shade Tinkerbell, and this packaging is just gorgeous. So I picked up the shade called Tinkerbell. It's kind of what I would call like a My Lips But Better kind of colour. It's kind of a muted pink. It has a little bit of like shimmer or sparkle in it. I've never tried this formulation from Colourpop before, so I'm excited for that. I'm a little bit of a collector when it comes to Disney and Colourpop. I have something from every single collaboration, with the exception of the Hocus Pocus collaboration, and the things that I am kind of collecting is at least a lip product and an eyeshadow palette. So I picked up this lip stain because that's the one I liked out of the two. And then the eyeshadow palette. Now I really wanted the eyeshadow palette anyway because I have fallen in love with green eyeshadow, and this has two greens particularly. I'm not saying I bought the entire palette for those two shades alone, but I'm also not saying I didn't. But it's these two shades. They are kind of true greens, bright greens. They are the shade I think of and that pops up in my head when I say green. They are the shade Tink and Sleep. So Tink is a shimmer and then Sleep is a matte. I also really love the look of Pixie Dust and Neverland, which are the other two colours in the middle there. I'm excited to play with this, and I really also enjoy the packaging. I think it is gorgeous. With the Colourpop and Disney collaboration, the one palette that I also wasn't planning on picking up but that I ended up picking up was the Mandalorian palette, the child one, because I haven't seen Star Wars, I haven't seen the Mandalorian, I've seen Baby Yoda everywhere because I live on the internet. But when I started dipping my toes into green eyeshadow, which I did in like January this year, a couple of weeks later I realised green eyeshadow is like the colour that I have the least amount of eyeshadows in, and that felt like a very easy palette to dip my toes into it because it also had some neutrals, and I really like the Colourpop eyeshadow formulation, so I knew I was gonna like them. This is kind of continuing to bridge on that, but these are what I would call maybe a little bit more like true green, whereas I feel like a lot of the colours in the Mandalorian palette, they end up pulling a little bit more blue in some areas and a little bit more murky, whereas these are a bit more bright. And then on the 30% off sale, I had one specific product that I wanted to get it in multiple shades, and it's the Cheek Dew blushes. I have fallen head over heels in love with cream blush in the last year and a half, but it's something that I don't have a whole lot of. I have a lot of blush because I love blush, not a lot of cream blushes, and I am trying to do two things simultaneously that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I'm trying to expand my cream blushes both in texture, colour and formulation, but I'm also trying to not make it go out of hand. I'm trying to not just fill up my drawer with them, and it's difficult. But I picked up 3 of the Cheek Dews. So I picked up 2 from their regular line and then 1 from the, can't remember this one, Lush Life? I don't know, but it's the beautiful like, kind of green tropical packaging. I'm going to keep the packaging on this one because it's gorgeous. So I picked up the shade Hibiscus from that line, and then I picked up Kiss Kiss, which is the brown packaging, and So Cosmo, which is the orange. I am a peach blush lover. The majority of the blush colours that I tend to wear is peach. I love peach on me. I think it just looks really nice and fresh. So I picked up 2, both Hibiscus and So Cosmo are peaches. And then Kiss Kiss, I wanted something a little bit more neutral that I could use to maybe tone them down, or for when I didn't want a peach blush, because all of my cream blushes at the moment are peaches, and when I want something else I use lipstick, which I mean is a great thing. Now the outer packaging does kind of tell and show the colour of the product. So Kiss Kiss kind of looks like a rose brown. I really like it. I actually like this more than I thought. I've only used this colour. I've not used the other two, only because I barely touched my makeup in the last like month and a half. So I've worn this I think once or twice, and I really like it. I like the formulation. I love the way it looks on the cheek. It's really nice and glossy, and I like the colour a lot more than I thought. I'm always a bit nervous when it comes to any kind of neutral or brown blushes because I am very pale, and a lot of brown cheek products, they do 2 different things. They either make it look like I have smeared dirt all over my cheek, or they look like I have been extremely heavy-handed with bronzer, which is one of the reasons why I don't love a lot of browny blushes. And I was a little bit worried about this one because it ended up being a little bit more brown than I thought. I knew it was going to have a little bit of that orange undertone, which was why I chose it, but it goes on really sheer. It just makes it for me, and it looks really beautiful on the cheeks. So I'm hopeful that the other 2 are also going to look that good on the cheeks because I am loving the colours. So this is Hibiscus, it's the much brighter one, and then So Cosmo is a little bit more muted, both definitely kind of corally peach colours. Can't wait to get them all over my cheeks. And then the other product that I wanted, I've been after a lip product that is kind of orangey but sheer. I have my eye on a Fenty lipstick, this Lip Shine one, in the orange shade, but when it was 30% off I picked up a gloss. This is also from that same collection as the gorgeous packaging Hibiscus blush, and this is in the shade Orchid, and I'm wearing this today. It's my first time wearing the Lux glosses. I've never actually tried them before. It's perfection. It's exactly what I wanted. Kind of a slight orange tint. I'm wearing it on bare lips, so I have a decent amount of pigmentation in my lips. They're kind of very pinky red to start with, but this is just the perfect amount of orange colour, extremely comfortable, and they look really nice. So I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna be living in this gloss. And then the final 6 items, I was going back and forth for so long. They are not new releases on the Colourpop website. It's the Bambi collection, and I think these were actually like 50% off. I think they were more than 30%, and that's why I ended up buying them. I was gonna skip these. Honestly, with the Colourpop and Disney collections and the stuff that I collect, I'm more so focused on princesses and animated characters. I don't have a big relationship to Bambi. I can't remember if I've seen it or not. Even though I'm trying to not impulse buy a lot of makeup, it's still hard. So I picked up the glosses. I have the Thumper, the Flower, and the Bambi gloss. And I also picked up the eyeshadow palettes. So these glosses are more on the sheer side. I haven't worn them, but I'm in the process of taking pictures of a lot of my makeup to put on Instagram. They are very sparkly, so I have Thumper on top, which is a light pink with a lot of like golden shimmer. Bambi in the middle, which is more of like a beige with some sparkles, and then Flower at the bottom, which is a light purple. Looking at lip swatches of them, they are more on the sheer side, so I don't think colour is gonna have that much of an impact. After trying this gloss, this Lux Gloss formulation might actually just jump up to be one of my favourite lip gloss formulations. With the eyeshadow palettes, I really love the Bambi palette. Colour story wise, this is my thing. I am a lover of warm neutrals and yellows, so this is perfect for me. This as a £5 palette is actually pretty much all I need to create most of the looks that I use. The only thing I would probably change would maybe be this one into a copper. It would be perfect. This is one I'm gonna get so much use out of because I love these shades. Thumper is a colour story I don't have a lot of, and mine has unfortunately taken a fall to the floor. So one of the shade, Miss Bunny, is a little bit kind of crumbly, and small pieces of it are kind of everywhere, but it's the one at the end there. This is a cool tone palette with a green, and this green is gorgeous. I haven't used them on the eyes yet. I've swatched them though, and they are beautiful. It fills a hole in my eyeshadow collection because I don't have a lot of cool tones and like taupes and stuff. This gives me those taupes. Now when it comes to the kind of the darkest shades with sparkle in it, I don't care for those shades because I don't apply those kind of dark shadows in a way that that sparkle actually translates onto the eyes, because for them to look just their best, I would need to put that all over the eye. It would need a lot of surface area to just shine and sparkle. It would be gorgeous, but it looks very dramatic on me because I'm so pale. And then I have the Flower palette, which is a purple palette, and it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely stunning. The hibernating shade, which is the darkest one here, it kind of catches the shift sometimes. It's a matte with sparkles. I honestly wish that was a shimmer. It would be just so much nicer because it is just stunning. But I really like this as like a simple purpley look. That was my little Colourpop haul. I do still have my eyes on a couple of Colourpop things, mainly some of the eyeshadows from the new Disney Princess Super Shocks. Super Shock shadows are my favourite eyeshadow, and some of those shades were really beautiful. I'm not gonna buy the entire set. Are you hearing this, editing Anya? You're not gonna buy the entire set no matter what, because I want it. The colours are just gorgeous, but for me there's just a lot of repeats or things that it's gonna look too similar on the eyes. So I think there are 2 or 3 shades that I'm kind of interested in. One of them is Tiana's shade, another one is Rapunzel's shade. I really like those. If you've tried any of the products, let me know what you think of them down below, and if you've bought anything from Colourpop recently, tell me what. I love watching what people buy and what different people are interested in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe, the button is down below. If you want to leave a like, that would be awesome, and I will see you again soon. Bye!